what's up, my chatterboxes? This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 9, Episode 2, No Witness, No Protection. Guys, thank you for looking at my videos. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So we just going to get right into this nonsense. So it starts off where it left off with Carly inside the funeral home. So I said last week it wasn't no goddamn body in there. So I was right. Ain't no goddamn body in there. So she called Rashida. You see Mimi there. You see Erica there. You see I forgot her name, the one that had the blue hair. It'll come to me. So Spice. You know, Nene's girlfriend there. You know, the usual suspects as friends, they were there. So Mimi was upset. She was like, well, I don't play when it come to death. She was like, she got us there for some nonsense. And she don't, you know, come on. Like, it's other way. I mean, you trying to be dramatic and shit. And you probably went through, you know, a horrible ordeal and things like that. But it's other ways that you can make a goddamn point without, you know, being in some goddamn funeral home. People barely want to go when somebody actually is dead, yet alone this is where you bring them. And what funeral home got you there filming? Oh, God, come on. Like, that was a little turn off for me. And the only thing that I could keep looking at on this episode was her fucking mouth. Why did she do this? It's her lips. Something else is off. She look a fucking mess, okay? She look a fucking mess. I guess that's what she was taking out the anger and the pain on her damn face when Arkansas Mo, whatever the hell his name, was doing his dirt, because she looks her hot ass mess. Anyway, so she revealed to them that she's been married. They went to the Justice of the Peace because she said they were trying to have a baby and things like that, and that she didn't want to do it in wedlock. So out of wedlock. So they decided to go to the Justice of Peace and get married. But she's like, all hell's been breaking loose. He had a prostitute in the bed. She had proof of that. And girl, it sounds like it's a fucking mess. So then I don't know why I started laughing. Because she was saying, I can't be the only woman that cried. I'm like, Cardi, bitch, you know you ain't the only goddamn woman that cried over a nigga. Mimi, Erica, and prime example right in front of your face, goddamn. Rashida, her man just had a baby. So come on, Cardi, cut the shit. Cut the fucking shit, Cardi. You know what I mean? And, you know, Rashida was saying, you know, everybody take, you know, shit. She was like, in relationships, you know, you put up with some stuff. It's all about what you willing to put up with, this and the other. Rashida, shut up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, ain't no fucking way. And then she made a comment. I know you wasn't sitting up there crying or over that lane talking about mutt. What? Do you know who you married to, Rashida? You getting a little bit beside yourself. You just acting like a season or two you wasn't dealing with a fucking situation with your cheating ass husband that had a baby on you, and now you acting like you could get somebody the game, girl. Please, if you don't sit your ass there, there's one thing you don't need to do is talk about relationship, or you can talk about how to get dogged out, but don't be talking about like you the shit and you don't go through this shit. Get the fuck out of here, Rashida. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Please get out of here with that. Anyway, Erica was like, well, are you sure you want to be done? And, you know, she said, yeah. Listen, be done with him. From what she described, he said like a whole lane, a whole piece of work. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And he gave me abusive vibes just from last episode when they was flashing back and how they were in therapy and the shit that he was saying. No, you give me abusive vibes. Screw him. And don't procreate with this mofo. Don't do it. So, moving on from that, now we have Young Joc. Now, did y'all notice? Because I ain't really peeping last episode. But Young Joc back to being normal again. He don't have that old flip top. He got him little, low cut. He, the waves is in. I'm like, okay, I could deal with this. Because for a minute there, he was throwing me off. He was throwing me off. So, you got Shekinah there. You got Young Joc. He like emceeing this thing at the trap house. So light-skinned Keisha is there. This is her first season, but a lot of people probably know her from like her YouTube, from Instagram, and she actually do a couple features because I have heard her already, and she's pretty dope. So anyway, she's there. Her I don't know if they engaged or they're just, in a relationship, but I know they got like a YouTube channel together. So her significant other, I will say, he's there. So she was, ramping. I guess it was her video shoot. So after, she was finishing her introduction, her, Shekinah, Young Joc, and Vango, they were sitting up there talking. So and the reason why she got the name Light Skin Keisha, because she said that it was a whole bunch of Keishas walking around, and she just called herself Light Skin Keisha to separate herself from the other girls. Because before when on here, I don't know if it's the lighting. Before she didn't come across to me light skin, but here, I guess she a little fair skin. I don't know. Anyway, so she must be like one of those ones that got a little bit of mouth, because she was like, because they asked how long her and Vango, like how did they meet. So she was saying they been knew each other, but she ain't like him because he talked too much. And so she kind of was like, well, you talk a lot too, Keisha. She was like, yeah, I gotta pop my shit. You know what I mean? So they had got into it because she was talking about like her deals and stuff like that. So then she had mentioned that she had did like a feature or song with Scrappy. And they were like, well, what happened with that? So she said, well, they had like a little disagreement. Like he aired them out or something on Instagram. He took it down and that was it. She was like, and then he be giving like weird energy. Like they'll be in the same room and he act like he can't speak. So when he in front of certain people, he act like he ain't speak. So she kind of like, well, who was the person he with? You talking about Bambi? So she was like, yeah. She was like, well, what's up with that? So she was like, I don't know. So Shekinah was like, well, ever since she known Bambi, she gave her nothing but pure, energy. So Young Joc was like, some people don't know how to like, move. He was like, because Bambi is still from Compton and she'll dig right in the shit or whatever like that. So what Light Skin Keisha said, and she said, when it comes to the Vangos, she was like, you can't be on that flip-floppy shit, basically. And I'm like, yeah, keep that shame energy. Listen, if you want to be flip-floppy, stay on the other side of town. Stay on the other side of town. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. So I'm curious to see how this shit gonna play out with Scrappy and Numb, because I want to know what the real issue is, because we only getting the synopsis of what the situation is from her. I want to know what the whole goddamn story is, okay? That's what I want to know. So now we got Sierra with her whole situation. It's the morning of her court case. So she's getting herself together, her son together. So her and BK, they drove him to school. So they met up with, it was her assistant, it was BK, and it was her mother. So Cardi was on the phone with her. She was saying that she was going to be there because, like she said, Carly is the only one that can attest to the fact that she didn't do what the lady claimed that she did. So it looks like Cardi is trying to get there. She's in traffic, but she never make it there on time or whatever. And Sierra wasn't answering her phone, but of course she wouldn't be answering her phone. She's in the goddamn courtroom. Who's talking in the courtroom? I don't even think you're allowed to take your phone upstairs, if I'm not mistaken. They kind of have you check them in downstairs. So anyway, as they're outside, ready to go into the courtroom, here comes Shooter Nut Ass, okay? So she like, oh, what you doing here? Are you coming in? So he's saying, no, I just came to support you. So you mean to tell me you took the initiative to get dressed, get in your car, catch your Uber, whichever way you came, just to come out and wait outside for me in solidarity? No, you could have sit your ass home. You could have kept your ass home. I don't need that. What I need is for you to come in there and tell your side of the goddamn story. That's what I need. And if you can't do that, then I don't need you at all, okay? And the fact that BK was like, he respected, I think he just was trying to calm shit down so it won't escalate or whatever. Like, and he probably not with the bullshit. But my thing is, you should have, I mean, I don't know, because it could have went real ugly, real left between those two men. But I would not have downplayed what my woman was saying in that moment. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I probably would be like, thanks for, thanks, but no thanks. We good, some shit like that. Now, you could have took that how you wanted to take me, but no, you can't. How you respecting that, BK? How you respecting that? Somehow at least no, fuck if he here. He ain't here telling his story. He ain't telling what the fuck he seen. Take your ass somewhere, shooter. Go somewhere. Go somewhere, okay? So we find out in this scene that they did like a continuance, or whatever like that. So they basically gonna wait for like Discovery. Discovery was basically far as the video footage, proving her case. So the judge granted it. So right now, Ciara, she not in the clear, but she got a little bit more time to be on this side of the fence than behind bars. So she was mad at Cardi because she said Cardi claimed like she didn't know what courtroom we were in, this and that. Listen, I mean, I don't know, editing was good, but it really did look like Cardi was on her way, to where she said she was going. It looked like she was trying to be there for you. I'm pretty sure you could see that she was calling you, nonstop or whatever. So I don't understand. And then, am I wrong? Because you keep on saying Carly is the only one that seen what went on that can testify on your behalf. But when you have witnesses, don't the lawyer already have them on like the docket or something? Like they're going to call witnesses? Like, it's not like divorce, like the TV court things where you just bring somebody up there. Like, they really know who's they going to call for testimony. So this is kind of weird the way it's playing out. It's like you just think these people can come without the lawyer knowing about it. Like, she got to prepare her case. Don't she got to, see what they got to say? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I watch too much TV and see these little, shows, these courtroom shows, because this seemed a little off to me, the way she trying to just throw everybody there to testify. But are you telling the lawyer about this, or the lawyer in contact with these people? I don't know. That's all I got for that one. So now we have Akbar and Alexis Sky. Akbar got one of her children, one of her sons, there with her. And Alexis has baby Alea. And she do look like she's progressing quite well. I mean, because from what I understand, Alexis said that they didn't even expect her to be, as mobile as she is now, moving around and stuff like that. So, I mean, she's not walking yet, but she still looks like she's thriving, at least, with all her conditions and everything like that. So that's good to see. So they were basically talking about the situation that took place at Rashida, anniversary party. So Akbar basically was telling her that, that wasn't the time or the place to be, cutting up like that. She was like, even though, Alexis had valid reasons to want to come at Cardi, that wasn't the place. And she expressed that to Alexis Sky. So Alexis Sky was like, yeah, now Alexis said that she was already drinking, because she was like, once she got sober, she realized, that she kind of messed up. So you went to the event already drunk. And then Alexis Sky, she made it seem like she had no intentions of doing anything, but when she seen Cardi, she just couldn't restrain herself. Alexa, you knew you was going in there to fight Cardi. You came in there ready, looking for her to fight. You came there for that. Oh my God! Like this storyline right here, or this interaction with them, is getting on my nerves, because to me, from the vibe that I got from Akbar, even though she was saying, "Oh, why you do that, this and that, other, we ain't come here for that," I got the impression from her that she knew exactly what the fuck was going on too. Like, y'all really playing this like y'all ain't know what was going on. It wasn't already intentionally thought out, premeditated. I ain't buying it. And between Cardi red face and now, what is up with Alexa Scott in this confessional? Everything is all wrong. The wig, the makeup. She look a hot ass mess in that goddamn confessional. And I ain't never see her look this bad, but she look horrible. I don't know what the hell going on. So she basically was saying how she's going to talk to Carly and get things straightened out, because she was like, even though, she didn't like what Carly said, she was like, she could only imagine what she going through with dealing with that goddamn Mo. Because Mo is a piece of damn work. You know what I mean? She apparently he was trying to get with her when she was pregnant, like Alexa Scott when she was pregnant. A whole little shit show. I think he a trick, to be quite honest. But because from what I'm getting from, the blogs and stuff like that, he been around. He has. So Akbar was basically telling her, like, listen, I can't afford to be a messy bitch at the moment. She was like, my money getting low. She was like, y'all want to win, I have to win. She got her kid. She said she got custody of all her kids, but she got her mama and the kids' daddies helping her out, raising them and stuff like that, so she can, pursue the music or whatever like that. Now, I was under the impression that she didn't have her kids, but she said she has custody of all of them. So I know that's not going to be last that we hear about that situation. So Alexis was like, so she told her, what she say to Alexis? Damn, I'm losing my goddamn train of thought. So she was telling, basically, Alexis that she got to fix it. And Alexis was like, I know you ain't got to keep saying it. So she's agreeing to meet up with Carly, so they can discuss whatever, going on. Because it's no sense of them two arguing when he the perpetrator of it all. It's no sense. So now we have Little Miss Carly and we have Rashida. They meeting up. So Carly, was saying to her, you can't believe I'm married or whatever like that. So she's on her way. Well, they're on their way to go meet up with the lawyer because Cardi wants to file for divorce. So in the interim of that, she was saying how she was sorry about how things took place at Rashida's event, and that's not what she was there to do. So Rashida was asking her, what was that situation about? So Carly basically told her that they were going back and forth because Alexis claimed that he owes her, parents money because they gave money to invest in his company, and, it's just like a back and forth with them two. So Rashida was like, well, what do that have to do with you? And that's when Cardi was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It don't have anything to do with me. She don't even know we probably not together at the moment. Well, I'm pretty sure you left out the fact of what Alexis said, that you came at her mother and was talking shit. So stop trying to make it seem like you so goddamn innocent in this, okay? But Rashida was like, she not going to beat her while she damn, because she need a friend. And, she there to be supportive. So they were in the lawyer's office. And I was looking like, okay, Carly, maybe you need to shoot your shot with the lawyer because he was handsome. And maybe you'll have a better outcome with him than the kind of guys that you've been picking. Because every season you seem like you got a new man or whatever, or now you pick this abusive man and this man, he's a whore, he ain't shit. Like, come on, like, you too old to be having to go through this shit. Like, you ain't picking them right. So anyway, they were in the lawyer's office and he was, asking her, a little bit about what was going on. So she basically said to some girl, was like, sent her a DM saying your man cheating on you, and then sent the video or, a video or a picture or something with her asshole naked in Cardi's room. She immediately sent it to him, and this motherfucker gonna sit up there and say, oh, that ain't my house. You think she don't know where she live, where she lay her head? You think she don't know her own room? Like, come on. So the lawyer was like, oh, I see. At least he creative. No, the hell, he ain't creative. Like, what the fuck? Oh, my gosh. I'm surprised he still walking around, Carly, because I'm surprised you ain't take something and, get with his ass, okay? Come on. Like, don't let nobody just drag you through the mud like that. That's probably why she go working on her damn face, because maybe every time he got mad at her, she went to go take it out on her face or something. Now she out here looking fucking crazy. And then, I don't know, Rashida must have forgot who she married to. And I'm going to keep coming back to this every time I hear her say some fly shit out her goddamn mouth. Because she basically pushing for her to get a divorce. And it's like, you called the right person. Well, how she called the right person? Because you still ain't make that move with your husband. Like, come on. Like, you're not in no perfect relationship, Rashida. I mean, nobody is. But the way you talking is if you ain't go through what you just went through. And that shit is irritating me. It's irritating me. So now we got No. Fast. I mean, back it up. Let's back it up. So now we got Mama D and Ernest. Mama D, let me tell you something. They need to give Mama D her own goddamn spin-off show. She funny as shit with the dramatics and everything. She is funny. So they were doing flashbacks of what she was arguing with Ernest, and she was saying, I didn't even realize she said that. She was like, well, you love your mom so much, then I think she said maybe you should F her. She was like, we can have a threesome. I said, Mama, they be saying some random stuff out her goddamn mouth. So, she giving him a hard way to go. Keep sending him back and forth and shit. So, he getting sick of her. She probably getting sick of his ass too. So, Scrappy and Young Jock is on their way over there. So, they are talking. So, I know y'all probably seen that on social media that some fans had called Young Jock out for basically being like a Uber driver. But he owned up to it. He was like, listen, it is what it is. I ain't ashamed of it. And surprisingly, a lot of people on social media was coming to like singing his praises. It was like, I like a person that's willing to work by any means necessary. And my thing is, since when is it okay to bash somebody for working? I don't care what job you doing as long as you're working. Okay? What's the problem? So anyway, so he was saying how I didn't realize until they was talking about he was actually doing a ride share as he was filming. So Scrappy was in the back seat. So Jock was saying that was on his bucket list to, do the ride sharing. So Scrappy like, that's on your bucket list to do ride sharing? He was like, yeah. He was like, and it's a nice neighborhood, so why not? He said he tried it, he liked it. So what it was, he probably did it just to see how it was. And then he seen that it was easy money, and he probably kept doing it. And it is easy money, especially if you're a person that don't mind driving. Like, it's a win-win. Anyway, so he was asking him about what's up with him and light-skinned Keisha, how she told him that he took, the song down. He was like, well, you know how it is. You keep it up there for a little bit and you take it down. So he was like, well, that's what it was. He was like, yeah. So then he was telling him how Bambi got a friend named Amy, and the guy that light-skinned Keisha was messing with, somehow, some way that Amy was with the guy, then he was messing with light-skinned Keisha, and then he ended up just messing with light-skinned Keisha and pushed Amy to the side. So he was like, well, I gotta, he was like, I try not to get involved in the female stuff, but I gotta ride with the wifey. So it's unclear if they're talking about her, light-skinned Keisha current situation, or was it a guy in light-skinned Keisha past? I'm not exactly sure who they talking about. So I guess it'll progress as the time go on. So, he was like, at the end of the day, I'm not worrying about none of that right now. I'm just trying to make sure my mom is fine or whatever. So that they end up going over, Mama D house. And when they came in there, she calling Ernest's name and everything like this. So Scrappy's like, well, damn, you know, she can't get up. Like, what's up with her? Like, Mama D a whole ass mess. So she was telling Ernest to get us some water and stuff like that. So Ernest was like, I'm glad y'all here. Now she got somebody else to push around. I'm like, but she did say, she said Ernest get on her goddamn nerves, but he her ride or die. He did. Ernest there. He helping her out. He doing what he's supposed to do. So we gotta give Ernest his credit, because anybody that can put up with Mama D ass, they deserve a goddamn gold medal. So Scrappy, you know, basically was coming at her about the drink and some of you guys. She was like, I ain't drinking. He was like, yeah, but I don't want you to pick up a drink in the future. So she wasn't really trying to hear that shit. So he excused himself out the room, and he was talking to, you know, Ernest or whatever. Ernest was like, bottom line, she's an alcoholic, but we got to do our best to, you know, to keep her on the right track, because Scrappy was saying that the doctor said she keep having drinks, it can kill her. And that alcoholism is no freaking joke. And I understand, you know, why he's so scared, because a drink literally can mean her life. And when you got people with, you know, that's addicted to anyone and have any kind of afflictions, it's easier for a non-addicted person to say, oh, it shouldn't be that hard because you're not in that addiction. You know what I mean? Like, you're not afflicted with that, so you don't know the struggle that it is or whatever. Because I say that all the time. How can somebody do this? How can they? Because I'm not afflicted with everybody. I don't have those vices. So I can't really speak on something that I know nothing about. You understand what I'm saying? So it would seem so easy for us is really hard for them. So it's going to be a working process when this comes to Mama D and her trying to, you know, kick the bucket. But so far, she hasn't been doing anything that we've seen. So, you know, let's hope she keep on that, you know, right path. So she was telling Young Jock how she want to throw a surprise birthday party for Scrappy, and she going to need his help. So he was like, well, you know, whatever you need or whatever like this. So I don't know, because Mama D, I don't think that she probably should be exerting herself with like a party and things like that, but you can't tell somebody what and what not to do for their child. You understand? Even though he grown, that is her baby, and y'all know how she feel about him. Anyway, moving on. Now we got Sierra, we got Bambi. Sierra has a stylist, and she has her assistant. So they're getting ready for some kind of party. Well, she getting, you know, her looks together for some kind of event that they're going to. And Sierra said her alter ego is like a stripper. I'm sorry, like when y'all get these bodies done and certain outfits just don't work anymore. And that fucking short set looks stank and nasty. You did not look good in it at all. You did not look good and you sometimes, I don't know, like, am I right or am I wrong? But sometimes those body shapes can make shit look cheaper than what the hell it is. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so they basically said a no to that damn outfit. It was like, you're not wearing that. So anyway, she was talking about how Carly is full of shit and she don't want, you know, that she really don't want to invite Carly to the event. But Bambi was like, you can't uninvite her. So apparently Sierra said, now the way I had got it from you know, watching the show, it seemed like Cardi had every intention on coming to, you know, the court. She was in motion. It just was like a lot of traffic, and maybe she didn't, you know, leave her house early enough to be there on time. But from what Sierra's saying is that she got it on good authority that Cardi basically did not want to testify on her behalf, and she was her lawyer told her don't get entangled into Sierra drama. So that's because I was trying to figure out, like, why Sierra so mad. So that's the reason why she was mad, because Cardi even said that Sierra wasn't, you know, picking up her phone, and I know that she, you know, not in jail because she was posting every 5 minutes. So that's why she ghosted her, and that's why she feel the way that she feel because somebody had already put the bug in her ear that Cardi wants some other stuff. Now, Cardi, if you ain't want to testify and all that, and that's supposed to be your friend, I feel as though you should have said something to her. But what harm is that going to do you to testify on behalf of your friend if you telling the truth? I don't care what you got going on. If you telling the truth, you telling the truth. Like, what harm is that going to do to you? Even if you was entangled into anything, any court cases of your own, that don't have shit to do with you if you telling the truth. The only way it's going to fuck you over is if you're lying on a stand. That's it. So, Ciara, her assistant was like, she don't think that she should invite her, but Bambi was saying that she can't disinvite or whatever like that. So, she's still, I guess, going to keep the invite, but she's saying, she said Cardi do a lot of shit and don't nobody hold her to the fire. She was like, she don't get checked. She was like, it's time for her to get checked. Now, Bambi said she has known that Cardi been going through a lot and maybe that is the reason for why she was acting the way that she was acting. So, Bambi was asking her who all was there. So, she said like Tokyo and, you know, a couple other girls she was saying. So, then she mentioned light-skinned Keisha. So, when she did that, Bambi face had turned up. So, she was like, what, you don't like her? She was like, well, she said she don't know her. She was like, but she don't get down with people that mess with people men. So, she had told about the situation with her friend, how light-skinned Keisha was dipped out with somebody that was already in a situation. Now, I don't know what's up with these girls in these goddamn confessionals, because first we had Alexa Sky, okay? Well, Cardi, she just a hot ass mess anyway. Like, she done fucked her face up, so it ain't even a confessional look. And then now we got Bambi. I don't know who did her makeup. I don't know what, but that shit was off. She looked horrible. She looked extra dark. She looked a hot ass mess. A hot ass mess. You know what? I don't know. Bambi don't do it for me. She don't never look done. She don't never look finished to me. Like, I don't know. She does not. I don't know. Like, I ain't gonna say Scrappy could have did better, but Scrappy could have did better. I mean, yeah, he could have did better. So now we got Little Miss Alexa Sky and Cardi Red. Cardi Red is in the gym. She's boxing. Well, I guess it's like a workout, but it's a boxing workout with actually an instructor. So Alexa Sky comes in because we all know that she already said that she was going to have a meeting with her. So they kind of basically hashed things out. And Alexa was like, the only problem that she had with her is that she said that she was going to spit in her mom's face. And she said, that was a problem for her. So Cardi was like, well, I need to tell you my side of the story. So apparently they were at the mall, shopping and everything. And when they came out the mall, I guess Alexa Sky's stepfather and because she didn't really say who it was, but they referred to it like was people that was in Alexa Sky, circle. Had pulled up on, them, took the bags, put a gun to Cardi head and beat Mo ass, which he probably deserved it, but she ain't deserved what she got, whatever like that. So Alexa said she didn't know all that went on, and had she known, she would have, approached it a different way. And, she ain't know no gun was involved. Like, that take that shit to another level. So she apologized for her part, how she was carrying on, and she said, immature about her. But then she was just saying that, Mo is a sick individual. But she claims that she never had sex with him. But Cardi Red says she's seen, receipts and that says otherwise. So Cardi wasn't really, like, she was saying a lot of shade in the confessional or whatever like that. But she said she, put things past her when it comes to Alexa Sky, whatever like that, because she's not really on that type of time. And she was kind of a little on guard with her, as far as how everything took place, at Rashida's event. So with Alexa Sky talking about, because you older than me, Cardi gave her a look like, bitch, what? Because, they always like to say, these girls that's in their, 20s and always like to call, the 40-year-olds, old. Y'all will hope that y'all live to be the age that they are, and they still pretty young, but for some reason y'all just think that's over the hill. But you too, if you live long enough, you'll get old. You'll get to the age too. So I think you need to be humble. So that was all that was with that. They both basically apologized to one another. They agreed, that they'll move past whatever they got going on. So now we have Ciara's event. Now she throwing a party at her jeweler's, place because of, what took place in court. I think you should wait to have a party until you fully vindicated, not just because you got to postpone it. Y'all find every reason to try to have a party. Just say you wanted to have a goddamn party. So, it looks like a nice event. Everyone's there. Malaysia, Rashida. I even see Toya was there. So Carly pulls up to the situation. Her and Ciara had a conversation. Ciara, confronted her about, what went on. Because Rashida and them didn't know that that Ciara was fighting her charge, because she told her, whatever you need, I got you. I didn't, know that this was going on. And that's what happened, because Rashida had said to Cardi, like, well, what's up? Like, why wasn't you there for Ciara? She was just telling me how she was fighting the case. So that's when Cardi was basically saying how Ciara wasn't there for her. Well, she was telling Ciara, she was like, you told me it was courtroom 5. I found out it was courtroom 2D, whatever it was. And Ciara saying, well, I heard on good authority that you didn't want to be there, this and other. She was like, no, I'm going to testify for you. You're my friend. I'm going to testify for you. So it was just like a bunch of back and forth with them two when it comes to that. But when Cardi was talking to Rashida, Bambi was like, Bambi and Ciara and them was on the other side, so they got like a little glimpse of it. So Bambi's like, oh, she talking Rashida ear off, because Cardi was saying, she want me to keep being there for her, but she wasn't there for me. I had events, and on the same day, at the same time, she was taking picture with Stevie, and Ciara heard this. So when Ciara went over there, she was like, what are you talking about? She was like, the reason why me and Stevie took a picture because we got the same lawyer. So they were going back and forth, and Carly basically threatened the fact that, you better cut it out, because you need me to testify for you. Now, Ciara's like, I don't need you for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a good lawyer. That's what she gonna do. She gonna, I'm gonna be vindicated, whatever like that. She was like, so she told Carly, you better be quiet before, she was like, because we friends, I won't, whoop your ass or some shit like that. Cardi kept talking. That's thing Ciara done mushed her in the goddamn on face. When I tell you Cardi deserved that shit, because when you threaten my freedom over my head, we got a problem. But I'm going to say this. Ciara, you was less than smart, because you're fighting a case for this very thing. And then you fall right into this goddamn going trap. So my suggestions to you, if you're trying to prove your case to a judge that you're not this violent person, X, Y, and Z, I think you need to restrain yourself from not hitting someone, because you just played into the hand. Now, had Shooter baby mom known that you pulled some shit like that, they could have got this as evidence and played this shit in court against you. You got to think smart. And that's all I'm going to say about this, because I talk way too long on this on the show. So if you guys like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to holler at your girl. Bye!